On New Year's Eve in the 80s, The Hague looked like a city at war. 50-foot fires burning on every street corner. Flames shooting into the sky, turning it orange across the entire city. The streets were covered in red debris from fireworks. Tire smoke so thick you could taste it. And gangs of kids, some as young as 13, were fighting over stolen Christmas trees. This was normal. This was how the Dutch celebrated New Year's Eve. Or at least how we did it in the 80s and 90s before the government decided to civilize the whole thing. I thought this was just New Year's Eve, that everyone everywhere did this. But then I moved to America in 2013 and discovered that New Year's Eve here is watching Ryan Seacrest dropping a ball, a champagne toast at midnight, and then to bed. I was really confused. Where were the fires? Where were the strangers hugging in the street? Where was the chaos? It made me realize that what I thought was normal was actually completely insane and uniquely Dutch. It's now December 26, 1984. I'm 14 years old and I've just joined a gang. Not a street gang. Holland doesn't have those. This is a New Year's gang. A temporary alliance of kids from my neighborhood, ages 13 to maybe 23, united by one single mission: steal as many Christmas trees as possible, hide them from rival gangs, and on New Year's Eve, build the biggest fire The Hague has ever seen. For the next 5 days, my neighborhood will be at war with every other neighborhood in the city. We'll fight with sticks and fists. We'll conduct raids in the dark. We'll guard our stash like it's gold. And on New Year's Eve, the city will burn. That morning on December 26, something happens that kicks off the madness. People put their Christmas trees on the sidewalk. And the moment that happens, the gangs form. It's not organized, there's no initiation, but every year, like clockwork, the kids in each neighborhood just know. Someone says, "We're getting trees this year," and suddenly you're in a gang. The goal is simple: collect as many Christmas trees as you can and hide them somewhere the kids from other gangs can't find them. The hardest part is protecting your stash until New Year's Eve. If you're lucky, one of the kids has a father who owns a junkyard. Then you've hit the jackpot, because that means tires. Hundreds of old tires to throw in the fire. Pellets are also high sought-after commodity. They act like kindle. For 5 days, it's organized chaos. You'd walk through the neighborhood after dark, dragging trees. You'd scout rival neighborhoods to see where they were hiding their trees. You'd set up guards to protect your stash, usually in someone's backyard or an abandoned lot. And if you ran into kids from another borough, the sticks came out. There was no real violence, but you'd push, shove, intimidate. The older kids did most of the confrontations. The younger, like me, mostly ran and tried not to get caught. I do remember the adrenaline, the thrill of spotting an unguarded tree and sprinting to grab it before someone else did. The paranoia that rival gangs knew where our stash was. We had planning sessions where we'd strategize like generals, preparing for battle. It sounds insane, and it probably was insane, but it was tradition. The adults knew, everyone knew. Parents would shake their heads, frown upon it, but they didn't stop it. This was just what happened between Christmas and New Year's. December 31st, 12 hours to New Year's Eve. Commerce is dying down. Stores board up their windows. We start dragging our trees out of hiding and pile them on the corner. The neighborhood knows what's coming. The streets empty as they park their cars in safer spots. In our tiny old Dutch house, my mom is in the kitchen making oliebollen and appelflappen. Oliebollen are deep-fried dough balls and appelflappen are apple fritters. They're traditional and every Dutch household makes them. The kitchen also looks like a war zone. My mom is frying batch after batch because she knows what's coming. The entire family is about to descend upon our house. By early evening, the house is packed. Aunts, uncles, cousins, grandparents, everyone's crammed into this tiny space. There's barely room to move. People sit and stand wherever there is room. The kids sit on the floor. We play card games, klaverjassen mostly, a Dutch game that everyone takes way too serious. Teams are formed, then arguments break out over who played the wrong card. The drinks start flowing. Beer, gin, wine. By 8 p.m., everybody starts getting drunk. Uncle Johnny spots my mom's new snow globe. He picks it up and holds it out the window, 12 feet above the sidewalk. "Gonna tell a joke," he says. Who laughs pays. My mom starts yelling that he has to put it back. Before he even starts, someone laughs. He lets go. The snow globe shatters all over the sidewalk. My mom's furious. Uncle Johnny is laughing his ass off. The person who laughed is yelling that Johnny should pay for it. It's now 11:30 p.m. and the streets are still quiet. The anticipation builds. Then finally, the clock strikes 12. Small kids are woken from their slumber to see the fireworks. The skies light up as we clink our glasses. All over The Hague, huge piles of Christmas trees are being lit. Black smoke from the burning tires roll across the city. From above, The Hague must have looked like it was under siege. Heavy fireworks are forbidden in Holland. Mortars, shells, anything that could blow your hand off was outlawed. But where's the fun in that? Back then, there was no European Union, no open borders. Belgium, just across the border, had basically no restrictions on fireworks. Not because Belgians loved firework, they just didn't have our obsession with it, so they never thought to regulate it. Dutch truck drivers would buy mortars and strikers in Belgium throughout the year and smuggle them back into Holland. They'd sell them to a middleman, usually a family member. Come December, that guy would hand out these fireworks like cookies. Everyone knew a guy that knew a guy, and suddenly the whole neighborhood had access to stuff that could destroy a car. People would just be walking around with a beer in one hand and a lighter in the other and setting off their explosions. The noise was constant, deafening. It started right around midnight and didn't stop until dawn. You'd walk down the street with a glass of champagne and strangers would toast you. You'd hug people you'd never met. Gelukkig nieuwjaar. Happy New Year. Meanwhile, the adults who've been frowning upon your Christmas tree gang were now pushing cars onto the bonfire. The whole thing would go up. Rubber, metal, plastic, everything burned. Then the gas tank exploded. That was the highlight of the evening. It was communal in a way I've never experienced anywhere else. The entire city came together, kind of like a watered-down version of the movie The Purge. There was something almost primal about it. It felt ancient, like we were tapping into something that predated modern civilization. The fires were way too big. People stumbled around, drunk, avoiding exploding mortars. I'm amazed no one died. Or maybe someone did, but I just never heard about it. To me, it was magic. For one night a year, the city belonged to us. No rules, no structure, just chaos and celebration. So when I arrived in America and saw people watching a ball drop on TV, toasting at midnight, and then going to bed by 12:30, I was flabbergasted. The American version, to me, felt lonely by comparison, isolated, like everyone was celebrating in their own little bubble instead of as a community. I don't know if what we had was better or worse. It was dangerous and probably idiotic. But for one night a year, an entire city came together in a beautiful, ridiculous chaos. And I'm grateful to have been part of it. Thank you for watching. I'm Henry, and this was But Now.